This is my first Trash to Treasure video. So I was given this piece of wood and I knew that I could just do something great with it. So to start off, I'm going to take these two signs from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to disassemble them by removing the string that they hang from and also removing the signs on the front that say Happy Fall. And once I have done this to both of the signs, I'm now going to adhere them together simply by using these large crafting sticks that come from the Walmart. And to attach them, I'm going to use my Fix-All adhesive from Dollar Tree as well as my hot glue. And I am going to go along that middle seam, and I'm also going to go across the seam on the top and the bottom at each end of the project. Now that my two boards are attached, what I'm going to do now is take my leftover fabric. This is the second Trash to Treasure ingredient for today's project. I had this material left over from making my pillows, my fall pillows for my couch. So to attach it to the base of this project, what I'm going to do is simply take the raw edge of the material and I'm going to overlap it over that seam of where our two boards meet, simply attaching it with hot glue. And for the other side, I am going to take the raw edge of the second piece of material and I'm going to let it meet on top of the first piece. And I'm going to attach that again with hot glue. But then I'm going to take the second piece and pull it back over the other side of the board. What this does is ensures that we have no raw edges showing. Everything is nice and neat. And you guys, if you don't have these little silicone finger covers for hot glue, please get them. Trust me, they really come in handy. Trimming away the excess material from both ends of the project, I am going to go ahead and make sure that the material is attached to the back. And to do so, I am going to first start with my corners. I'm going to put a bit of hot glue in the corners, then I'm going to pull the corner inward, then I'll take the sides and fold it over those corners. And this really makes sure that it's nice and neat and that everything, it just comes out really impeccable. And again, I'm going to take my corner, I'll bring it in, glue that down, then I'll take the sides and bring it over the top of that corner. And now our base is completely covered in that beautiful material. So now to go onto the plank of wood, I'm going to take some sandpaper and I'm just going to sand away any of the pieces that are rough. Some of those pieces may cause splinters. We don't want that, so we're just going to sand it down nice and smooth. So now to give this wood some color, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my faux stain, which is of course acrylic paint mixed in with water. And you make your faux stain as thick or as loose as you would like for it to be. I have this color that I've been using for a good while. It's just a couple of darker browns that's mixed to my satisfaction. And I'm going to use a bit of another paint called Cinnamon, which is by Folk Art, just to lighten it up a bit. And again, this stain can be as light or as dark as you would like for it to be. Now to stain my project with this piece of wood, I am going to go with the grain of the wood so that if there are any imperfections, they will be covered up by my faux stain. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I really love how the faux stain just really gets into the grooves of the wood, and it really lets you see that true wood grain. Now, not only am I going to get the top of the front of the wood, but I'm also going to get the sides of the wood as well. Now, you guys, I am so proud to say that I have finally reached 100 subscribers. Yes, 100 subscribers. So you know, in the last video, I said that once I reached 100 subscribers, I would be doing a cash giveaway. So on this Monday coming, I will be uploading a video giving you the rules and the specifications of how to be a part of this giveaway. I'm so excited. Thanks, you guys. Now I have these wooden pumpkins that I did, of course, purchase from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to remove the labels. And to remove the labels, I just like using the little trick of using a hot blow dryer or a hot tool of your choice and just allowing the heat to melt the adhesive away. And it allows it just to come right off, as you can see. Now, they do have the orange pumpkins, but this is what they had at my Dollar Tree, so this is why I'm using these. Now, once I have removed the label and I have removed the bow, the raffia bow, I have given these a base coat of orange paint. So now I'm going to show you a technique which is called a variegated technique. And this is going to give us those nice creases, effective creases that the pumpkin has. And I'm dipping one side of my brush into a darker brown and the other end into my orange colors. And I'm going to flip my brush back and forth, and I'm going to load my brush. And then I'm simply going to go on the surface of that pumpkin, and I'm going in a kind of oval stroke, oval motion, and this is going to give us that effect of the pumpkin. I learned this technique many years ago from Donna Dewberry. If you don't know who that is, she is Donna Dewberry from One Stroke Painting. She does phenomenal work painting flowers, leaves, all kind of different things. She's just wonderful. Please check her out, Donna Dewberry. So look how cute that first one came out. So I'm just showing you again. I'm just loading my brush, one side in brown, one side in orange, making sure it's nice and loaded. And I'm just going to do the oval movement, the oval strokes, just to give me that pumpkin effect. And I'm going to do this to all 4 of those pieces. So now this wood to me looks a little washed out. So you guys, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I like to take a bit of Mod Podge, add it to the rest of my faux stain, and this will darken the wood color, but it will also seal in that wood color as well. And I do not like watching paint dry, so I just went ahead and used my blow dryer just to speed up that process. Now, to give this piece of wood a little bit more of sparkle, I'm just taking my Mod Podge and a little bit of fine gold glitter, just a bit of it, and I am just simply going to lightly brush this onto the surface of that wood. Now, I know that the farmhouse fall feel is really popular now, but when I think of fall, I think of the golds, I think of the glitter, I think of the beautiful white lights, I think of the oranges, the reds, the yellows. So for me, this is what fall is. Now again, with the glitter, you can add as much as you want to, or you don't have to add any to it at all. But for me, I felt like this just really woke up the whole project. So now for my 4 pumpkins. If you cannot tell, of course, I want to spell out the word fall. Now, I don't own a Cricut machine, so what I'm going to do is just simply hand letter the 4 letters for fall out by hand. And I am going to use a pencil first to be sure that it is exactly how I want it. So you guys, if you are enjoying today's video, please subscribe if you have not. Have a lot of great content coming your way, and I really would love to have you here at the One Way Designs 238 family. Again, please subscribe, like, and comment. Now, once I have my letters inscripted in pencil, I'm going to take this black calligraphy pen. And this black calligraphy pen, what it does is it allows the letters just to really take shape, to take form, and to take life. I know that sounds like overly worded, but it's just the truth. So you see how I've gone over my pencil tracing. The calligraphy pen just really lets the letter come out nice and pretty, just the way I wanted it to be. Now, if you have a Cricut machine, please feel free to do so. If you don't want to hand letter, you could also use a stencil. Or either you could go and print your letters out on the computer, cut them out, and Mod Podge it to the front of your pumpkins as well. Now, I was going to put the little feet on the back of those pumpkins, but I decided not to. So now to attach my wood plank to the base of my project, which is those 2 Dollar Tree signs that we adhered and covered, I am simply going to use a good bit of hot glue. And also along with that, I am going to use my staple gun. And this is going to make sure that everything is together and that nothing is going to be falling apart. If you don't have a staple gun, I would really highly suggest that you get one. They come really in handy. So now we can see that it's nice and secure, it's nice and stable. So just to brighten this up a bit, I am going to take a strip of this ribbon, and I got this from Joann's last year. And I'm going to take a strip of it and put it on either side of that wood plank. Now for my pumpkin letters. I'm taking these little wood cubes from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to simply use some of my Gorilla Glue Stronghold, well, permanent adhesive, along with my hot glue, and I'm just going to put 4 of those feet on the back of each letter. To make my hanging apparatus or my hanging string, I'm taking some twine from the Dollar Tree, and I am simply going to staple it in one direction, take the twine, pull it in the opposite direction, staple it. Once it's stapled, pull it back to the first direction, staple it, then pull it back to the opposite direction, staple it, and then do the same thing on the other side. This ensures that the twine is in place and that it won't go anywhere. Because this project does have a bit of weight to it from the wood, hot glue would not work for this project. So this is why I'm using the staples. So now you guys, I am taking my letters, I'm positioning them where I want them to be, and I am just simply going to glue these down into place, again using my combination of strong adhesive or as well as hot glue. I'm going to put my decorations on and show you how it looks. Well, here is my sign. I think that it came out even better than how I thought it would. Now, I will say that on the face of my pumpkins for my letters, don't use Mod Podge to try to seal it. If you want to try to seal it, just use a spray adhesive or a spray sealer. So, you guys, I'm hoping that you have enjoyed today's project. I think it came out better than what I even imagined for it to be. You can take this, you can make it as elaborate or as simple as you would like. Me personally, y'all know I love my pip berry, I love the greens, you know I love my bows. Again, for me, this is what fall is. This says fall. And you can see on my little pumpkins, I did add a little bit of bling and I added a little gold bow and of course a little bit of greenery just to wake it up. So again, if you have enjoyed this project, please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please comment. I would love to hear from you. And as always, my prayer for you is that you stay safe and you stay blessed. Bye-bye.